drive back in the garage. Today's project is we're taking these out and we're going to replace them with some amber ones that I got from Amazon. So I'm going to give it a shot because I'm not even sure if it's going to be brighter. But the ones from Amazon are supposed to light up amber. And there they go right there. Let me get this out. So that's supposed to light up amber as opposed to almost like a bright white of the stock ones. So we'll give it a shot. I'm not too sure if these are going to be any brighter, if they're actually going to be a waste of time and money. These were very cheap on Amazon, but I was looking for amber or yellow just to offset some of the color. I wish these had a halo feature, but they don't. So we're gonna get this rocking and rolling. The first thing I've got to do is there is a screw that I have to remove, and that's I believe a number 2 Phyllis. Now once you loosen this, I'm assuming that this will come off and I can have access to pull out the light. So I'm going to get my screwdriver and start to get these off. Then I'm going to power it on and we shall see how it looks. Before I do that, I'm going to protect my bike by putting something on there, so if something does fall, it is not going to scratch up the bike. So let me get started with this and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got it installed. There's one thing you have to remember where it says DOT-SAE, that has to go on the top. I was trying to figure out if it would go on the bottom, but because it reads this way, I'm assuming, hopefully I'm right, that that's the way it goes. I believe, yeah, that's going to be the way it goes. Once you get this installed, you can rotate this or try to get it as straight as possible. I'm going to turn this on and see how they look. There you go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very bright. That looks really cool. Gives it a little bit of contrast to just having the white light. So this will look very cool. All right. Hopefully these last, but there's the LED installed. Like I said, I wish this was a halo, but it's not. So again, the screw, you remove the screw and then this comes off and then you can pull down the light. Let me go ahead and install the other one and we'll continue. I'll also put a link of the lights, the description of the lights. This is the stock one here. I don't know, this is what they call a halo, not a halo maker, but the day maker from Harley Davidson. So let me get the other one installed. We'll continue on with the video. Again, before I do that, always put something to protect the fender, because if this falls on the fender, you will have a bad day. And by the way, this does come with the proper plug. It was a plug and play. I didn't have to do anything extra. Let me turn off the lights. But it does come with an extra harness. This is the extra harness that it comes with, so if you have to hardwire it, it does come with that. But because my bike being a 2019 Tri-Glide, it already has the connection. Another thing is when you take this out and you plug it in, before you put everything back, just to see if these lights work, because I had plugged it in and I had installed the wire incorrectly. So make sure that you have it, the plug the correct way before you put everything back together. So let me get the other one going and I'll continue the video. Okay, I wanted to quickly add, when you remove this trim piece, you don't have to remove the screw all the way out. Once you loosen it up, it'll just pop out. So another thing about this, because you have all this excess of wire, it is a little bit of a pain to try to get the wires kind of in there. The stock one does not have that long of a wire, it just plugs directly into the light, so you don't have a lot of slack to try to stick in there. So that's the hardest part about getting this in there, is the extra slack. So, and this trim ring here only goes in one way. It's got like indentations, and it kind of sits one way. You'll see it fall in. And then you, like I said, you look for the DOT writing and you just stick it in there, and then you put the trim ring over it. Once you start tightening it, this light will not come off. So I'm going to get the other one on and we'll see how it looks. All right, guys, so I got this installed, the other one. One thing I will add is, for some reason, the screw on this side is on the inside. So I had to screw in this way with a smaller screwdriver. For some reason, it was not out this way. I don't know if that's how it is stock, or are these probably the ones, original ones that I had were aftermarket. I'm going to look at them and see if they are. But it's kind of strange that the screw would be on the outside. I don't know. This one here, the screw where you screw it in from here, from the outside. And then this one is in here. So I needed to have a small screwdriver before I can get to that screw. Otherwise, I couldn't get it because all this gets in the way. But they are both installed. They look straight to me. But I'll turn them on. If not, I'll come back and I'll adjust them. But let's go ahead and turn this on and see how it looks. Yeah. There we go. That looks really good. Really happy with these. Again, these don't have the halos, which I would have liked for them to have it. But yeah, these are pretty bright. Yeah, this is pretty good. Very happy with these. Like I said, I'll put the link for these so you guys can check them out. But I think they're equivalent to the stock ones. This is an original Harley Davidson. I believe this is the Daymaker. All right, I'm happy with these. Like I said, guys, I'll put a link on the description of these if you want to get them. And they are very, very cool looking. It really does add a different look to the trike. Let me get up on the trike and see how they light up. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my bike around so I could see them on the garage and see where the light hits on this. There it is, guys. Move my tools out of the way. So let me turn the trike around. That way you can see it the way it looks against the garage. Well, guys, there it is, installed, complete. It actually looks pretty good. It actually matches the LED here. There's the light output. I kind of wish it would kind of flood a little bit down, but I know, I'm not sure if these are adjustable. I don't think they are, but I'm happy with them. Again, when you plug these in, before you put everything back together, just make sure that it's actually plugged in the right way. Again, I had it plugged in incorrectly and it wouldn't work. So the real test is to see how they work at night. But overall, I'm very happy with them. Very pleased. Very affordable, very cheap price on Amazon. Really can't go wrong. If it wasn't these, I was going to get the crystal crystal. Why am I saying crystal? The custom dynamic ones. So I'm glad I got these just to try them out, and I will be posting up this review, but I do like them. They look really good. That's exactly what I was looking for. As far as a difference in color, I wanted these yellow lights. I don't know if they are more visible at night, these amber yellow lights, but I wanted to offset them up a little bit. I've seen motorcycles with this type of color, even fog lights, and they seem to work well, especially in fog or rain or bad weather, what have you. So I will close this out with saying I do recommend these. Very cheap, very simple install. Like I said, it's just one screw. The screw is right there, and you remove this, and that's basically it. And then you put everything back together. So only bad thing is, of course, as I said, they don't have a halo feature. You know, I wish they would have a halo feature, but overall, I can't complain. I do like them. I'm going to take a little ride in the dark soon, probably tomorrow night. It's late now, and I don't want to wake up the girlfriend, because then she'll be like, oh, why are you riding so late? But I'm going to take a ride at night and see how these work out. I may be looking into possibly getting an aftermarket headlight. I don't know if maybe the Hogworks would be an upgrade, or would it be equivalent, but I don't want to drop the money for something that's going to be pretty much the same. I do like the halo feature of the Halo Maker headlights that Hogworks have, so I might go that direction on that. I wasn't even planning on doing these lights. I figured, you know, they were perfectly fine, but they work fine. One thing I did notice is the back of this has got pretty warm. I don't know if that's normal. I don't remember the other ones being so warm. Not completely hot to the touch, but they did get warm. So I don't know if that's normal on these to get so hot, but they are very warm. So I'll keep them, and maybe I might do an update on these if anybody wants me to chime in on, see how these lasted and how they worked out at night. But that's it, guys. I'm going to close this out. Once again, straight from the garage. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.